Hello, welcome to Yoga on Tuesdays. It is just after 9:15. It's 9:18 and hello, welcome. So today, well, for those who have not been here last week was a very relaxing kind of one, and today it's going to be the opposite. Today we're going to focus on standing poses, balancing, standing, strengthening our legs. There is a few reasons. One of the reasons is I haven't been on my walks lately, so I want to honor my legs, and I kind of feel like I want to do a little bit more active things today. But before we go there, I'm sitting here on 2 blocks today. I'll just sit like this. So feel free to take a moment to get all the things, to prep yourself, the yoga mat, towel, blocks, something to drink, some water, anything that you think you might need. And let me just move it because I want to have some candles for you. Anyway, so today or this week, my focus has been on love. Actually, love is always kind of my focus. And I'm currently reading this book, All About Love by Bell Hooks. And it's a very in-depth exploration on what love is. So I guess Valentine's Day on Friday is kind of getting me to think about this. Not that I'm a big Valentine's Day celebrator, though anything with love I think is great. And so I just wanted to read one thing out of here that I thought was really significant in relationship to love, how we see love, how we want to experience love, and see how that applies to you. And just to give a start into our yoga practice today. When we see love as a combination of trust, commitment, care, respect, knowledge, and responsibility, we can work on developing these qualities, or if they are already a part of who we are, we can learn to extend them to ourselves. And so what's interesting to me is that love is in combination with something. We don't just love. It's a practice. It's work. It's something that we do on a regular basis. It's not just, and actually she says this, we were not born, I think she says it right here. The confusion arises because most people who think they are not lovable have the perception because at some point in their lives they were socialized to see themselves as unlovable by forces outside their control. We are not born knowing how to love anyone, either ourselves or somebody else. However, we are born able to respond to care. As we grow, we can give and receive attention, affection, and joy. Whether we learn how to love ourselves and others will depend on the presence of a loving environment. And so that's kind of like what I want to create today with this yoga practice, is that this is something for you, right? Like I said, I wanted to integrate this yoga practice because I want to give something that I need, which is then giving some love to myself. And she talks about self-love. And for me, self-love is not just self-love, like loving on me and being good to me and taking care of me. That's one side of it. But I look at it as unconditional self-love, meaning I also love the things that I don't love about myself, which when we look at yoga practices, for example, can come up all the time. We have a left and a right side. Sometimes the right side works easier and better than the left side. And so that is really to help us with how we love ourselves unconditionally, right? So that we invite all parts of us, so that even when there are parts that are slightly a little off, don't feel right, maybe we have some injuries that is not happening on both sides, we might dislike one side, or we need to care a little bit more for the one that is injured, right? And so it's a play by play. And so this is today's practice, is really here to see where do we already unconditionally love ourselves, where do we want to practice a little bit more, and how does it show up in our lives. So that's today's practice. So you can just close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath in, exhale out, and just get a sense of how you're feeling, how your legs, your body, your arms, your mind. Additionally, bring some thoughts to yourselves about how does love show up in yourself. Also recognize the parts of yourself that you don't love so much. And then maybe find a little warm place in your heart that can invite that piece of you that might be not as easy to be embraced and loved. And slowly open your eyes if they were closed. You can remove these blocks. If you're sitting on some just like me, you can just put them on each side in case we need them, each side of the mat, that is. Let me push you back a little bit. Oop, oop, oop. I'm gonna just start by standing up. Actually, I'm gonna already take it. And for those who don't know, I wrote a book called Be Human, Be Happy, Be You. Just FYI, it's also about love. It's actually about unconditional love. And the chapter Unconditional Love is found on 143, which stands for those who know these numbers, what they mean in paging terms, means I love you. So just FYI. But I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow in my office hours. So if you want to learn more about unconditional love, we're going to go there. So, but for now, we're just going to inhale our arms up, breathe in, and exhale out. Just shake it out. And then again, inhale all the way up. Really stretch out, reach up, 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 and exhale out. Shake yourselves. Arms, swing them left and right. Even your hips can even widen your stand. And then slowly roll up. And again, inhale your arms up. Really reach and exhale out. Get a sense of how you're feeling. How's your body sensing? Maybe you feel tightness in your hips, maybe in the back of your legs, maybe in your spine. Really let your head hang down. And slowly, with bent knees, slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other. Bring your legs slightly together. I'm going to just go sideways, but you can still face forward. Breathe your arms in, and then go into a slight back bend. Don't go too crazy because we're still at the beginning of the practice, but just to reach back a little bit. And also bring your hands below you to help yourself a little bit so it doesn't bend too hard. Bring your hands down. And then step to the back of your mat. Breathe your arms in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward. Reach with your chest forward and create a flat back. Really feel the strengthening in the back of the leg. Round your back down, even bend your knees slightly, and then walk your hands forward. If being on top of your arms, on your hands, on your palms is no good, come onto your forearms. You can interlace your hands. Just stay there for a moment. Feel those heels reach back. Bring your knees down. Bring your forearms down if they're not there already. Push your hips back into child's pose. So you can open your knees wide if you like. Keep breathing. Maybe you need to adjust. Slowly walk your arms back. Push yourself onto your feet again. Bring your hips up. Let your head hang. Hold on to opposite elbows and just swing left and right. Maybe you're already feeling your legs warming up. Maybe become more aware of the tightness in certain areas. Let your hands down if they can reach the ground. Perfect. If not, hold on to your ankles or shins and just sway. It's just the warming up of our bodies, our spines. Then slowly roll up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward again. Again, walk your hands forward. And this time just bring your right foot forward. Bring your hands onto the blocks on the side of your legs. That's just to help your wrists not to put too much pressure on. So have your front knee nicely bent, the back heel nicely reached, and do what you can. As always, if something doesn't feel right, if you have to bring your knee, the back knee down and untuck your toes, you can do that. If you want to have it still up, that's fine too. Straighten that front knee while your hands are still on your blocks. That's just to help you not to be too strenuous on the back of your legs. And then reach with your chest forwards towards your leg if you can. If that's too much, just keep your back in a flat back. Look forward and reach with your chest towards your front toes. Bend that front knee, bring that back leg forward, and again, hang over. Check in. And then from here, bring that right leg back. Bend that front knee. Have your hands back on the block. Reach with your chest forward. Feel the lengthening of the back leg down, the heel down. If that's too much on your back leg, again, no problem. You can just bring that back knee down and untuck those toes. But if that feels okay to be up, be up. And then straighten that front knee again. If you want to bring your chest towards that front leg, you can do that, but you don't have to. You can just have your back flat. Keep breathing in and out. And always make sure your feet are strong, planted on the ground. Your arms are comfortable. If it's too much on your wrists, you can bring it down, front knee bent. And then bring that back knee forward again. Hang over. Hold on to both elbows, opposite elbows, and then swing left and right. And then slowly let those arms hang down. Let everything hang. With slight bent knees, you slowly roll up. Go as slow as you can. Let that head be heavy down. And slowly come up into standing position. And then just stand there for a moment. You can widen your stance slightly. Have your hands face forward. Close your eyes. Check in with yourself. What feels right? What's too much? We're going to do that same thing again. But before we do that, as you're standing here, check in. What worked, what didn't work. Think of possible arrangements. If having both straight legs, bending forward is too much on your wrists and hands, you can just keep your front knee bent so there's less pressure. Keep breathing in, breathing out. So you're probably still at the front of the mat. I just went back so you could see my head not cut up. So breathe your arms in. Exhale, fold forward. Look forward with a flat back. Hello. And then down. Step that right foot back. Use those blocks by side your front leg. Reach that back heel back. Lift that chest forward. You can even like a slight back bend, right? Keep breathing. Make sure that front knee is in a 90-degree angle so you really have the support that you need from your thighs. Then straighten that front knee. Keep breathing. If you want to come closer with your upper body to just feel more of a stretch behind your back, the front leg, the back of the thigh, you can do that, or just stay right up here. Bend that front knee and bring that right leg forward and hang over. Hang over your legs. Shake left and right. And then step that left foot back as far as it feels right. Lift that chest up again like a slight back bend. Keep breathing. And then straightening that front leg. And if you want to get more of a stretch in your front back thigh, you can just reach with your chest forward or just stay there. Again, if there's any adjustments you need to make for yourself, be my guest. Bend that front knee and meet again both legs in the front. Hang over. Widen your stance and just swing left and right. Slowly bring those feet closer again. Bend those knees. Let your head hang. Slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other. And then let's come to the center of the mat. Keep those blocks closer together. So from here, we're going to go do a balancing pose. Virabhadrasana 3 for those who are very familiar. And as you notice, if you ever done yoga, this is not a vinyasa flow or any of this. These are just certain poses that I pick that I feel I need. And hopefully you do too. So again, if you're joining me here and there is something that worked or didn't work, please let me know, because if I get more information from you, the more I can do this for you as well. So anyway, from here, bend your knees slightly and then pick that standing leg that is not your strong leg. So for me, that's the left side. For you, might be the right. So just shift the weight to that side. So for me, the left. For you, might be the right. And then slowly reach that opposite leg backwards. Could still be on the ground. You could already be up. And you slowly reaching forward. So there are these blocks here for me. And my focus is on the standing leg. It's not on getting the other leg up, or my hands in front of me. It's really just about figuring out the strength of my standing leg and then use the blocks to come a little further forward and the back leg up. But I have that standing knee slightly bent just to help me. And again, you might still be up here. Your leg might still just be back on the ground, didn't go anywhere. You still feel it in that standing leg. So the only thing you can do is just explore, right? So for you, this might be good enough. For some of you, maybe this is where you want to be. So again, like we did before, chest forward, flat back, and then see how you feel. Bring those legs back together, come to standing and shake it all out. So if you followed along with me with the leg up forward, I can feel it right underneath my butt cheeks. So maybe that's for you, it's a little different depending on what you did. So now you obviously know we're going to do the other side. Put that weight, like have both knees slightly bent. Put that weight on the other side of the leg. So whatever side was I don't want to call it weaker, but let's just call it weaker leg. The leg that isn't as strong. Put it on the opposite now, the one that is your stronger leg. And then reach that other foot, for me, the left, back. And again, it can be still on the ground. And then slowly, if that feels right for you, we can move our upper bodies forward and reach for the blocks. And the focus is not on getting anywhere. The focus is on our standing leg. So by standing on this one leg and moving towards it, we can feel, oh my God, this is too much. So I come back up. Maybe I want a little bit more. I go more forward. Maybe I can't reach my blocks yet. Then that's already enough. I can already feel it right here in my thighs. But then I can also just keep going, because there is this one point where it's just a little harder, and then going all the way becomes a little easier. And then bring it back to center. Shake it all out. All the legs. How we're feeling? Everybody's still good? Yes? All right. If not, please let me know. Just breathe your arms in. Now that we're warmed up a little bit more, we can just really get into a back bend. So not from down here, but really from up here. So we're like lifting up and around like we're leaning over a chair. Come back straight up. Bring one hand down onto your hips. Slightly go back so you can gauge a little better. Come back to center, bring both arms up. Switch sides, bring that left arm on your lower back, and then bend back. And you can see, for me at least, I can go deeper because I have that support. Come back up, bring both hands down, and then come all the way down to the ground. And I'll invite you to just bend your knees in front of you. Slowly roll down all the way onto the mat. And just feel that back on the ground. Take a few deep breaths in and out. How does your back feel? Bring both knees into your chest. I'm just gonna demonstrate it on the side. Bring them both left and right. Bring both knees to the left side. Open your arms into a T and look to the right. So now you really feel a twist in your upper back. Maybe you can reach both shoulders on the ground. Maybe one shoulder is up. Just notice. Bring both knees into center. Again, swing them left and right. See how they feel. And then bring both knees to the right side. Open your arms into a T and look the opposite direction of your knees. Just keep breathing. Again, feel the twist in your back. Come back to center. You can bring your right ankle in front of your left knee. Open your arms into a T and then bring it again to the left side. You get a deeper stretch right around your sit bones. Look the opposite direction. Breathe in and out. Come back to center. Undo that pretzel thing. Bring that left ankle over your right knee. Open your arms into a T and bring both legs to the right side and look to the left. Feel that nice stretch right over your sit bones. Keep breathing. Come back to center. See if there's anything else you need. Maybe straighten your legs up just to have a blood flow from your toes down. Maybe it's just placing your feet, down on the ground. So I just give you a few minutes here to see what you need. And then you can straighten your legs. That's all. Actually, we're not going to go there just yet. I want to do one more thing. So I'm just going to do it from side. So bring your knees into your chest. And then do this like that. And then bring your legs over your head. And this is with great caution, because obviously you know yourself better if you could do this or not. And so bring your legs over your head. Hold on to your lower back. And see if you can do it inverted. Also have your legs all the way up. Just bend. And roll out of it. can stay there longer if you like. See how you feel when you get out. Come to center. Lie down on the mat all the way down. If you have a blanket, grab a blanket. We're getting into our final pose. Sorry, didn't want to mess up with the sound. And then put that blanket on. Put your hands away from your body. Widen your legs so that they feel comfortable and have space. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And just get in touch with how you're feeling. What are the sensations in your body? Are there any thoughts? And in these neutral positions, this is a good time to check in the connection to ourselves. What are some things we like? What are some things that don't feel right? Without judgment, without condition, we're just going to embrace everything that's here. Take deep breaths in and out. Feel a release in your body. If your lower back doesn't feel good, you can bend your knees as well. Take a few deep breaths in and out at your own pace. Slowly wiggle your feet and your fingers. Bring movement back into your body. Your knees of your legs are straight. Bend your knees. Bring those knees to any side that feels comfortable for you, left or right. And with your eyes closed, you slowly push yourself up to a seated position. One more time, check in with yourself. How does your body feel? Is there something that it still needs? And see if you can love all the parts of yourself, even the things that don't feel right. Can we accept it for what it is? Bring your hands in front of your hearts. A deep breath in. Exhale out. Thank yourself for showing up today for this practice. Give yourself grace and love throughout this day, this week, this year. I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling great. If there's anything you want to let me know, feel free to send me a message. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. I won't be doing it next week. We'll be away, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. So thank you so much for joining and have a wonderful day.